This is a presentation of CR Sports on CRTV.
Mark Morris Monarchs here are here at Columbia River High School, where they challenge Columbia River's varsity volleyball team.
Good evening, Rapids. Thank you for joining us tonight here on the CRTV YouTube channel or Xfinity this Thursday. We have an exciting match for us this evening with River's varsity volleyball team facing off against Mark Morris. Will, our girls at River show a lot of promise tonight with their score this season being at 7-1, but Mark Morris is at an even with 4-4. How do you think the odds will look for this game?
I personally think first of all, that is a good question, Nashawn. With both teams currently right now, they were earlier today. Mark Morris was, of course, warming up, and with what's going with the pregame screen up right now, the Rapids in league are undefeated with 6-0. The Monarchs are at a 2-3 record for league, and let's just say the girls at the moment are off to a hot start with their spot right now in league in the Greater St. Helens.
That is a great analysis. Thank you, Will.
Absolutely. What about you, Nishan? I mean, I know this is kind of your first go here. What do you think you should expect from these girls?
Honestly, I expect a lot of great plays from our girls tonight. Seeing their track record and knowing our history with our girls' volleyball teams, I think that they'll make a lot of great plays tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, there are. I have a feeling because most of them have. Because we saw a few times those spikes. Whenever I forget. This would be nice with roster, but you know, just spiking the ball is going to be one of those things that these girls are going to have to prioritize on, especially, or just making moves. I mean, the sets, if they could get an ace, that'd be nice, but just making those moves off first sets and everything would just be nice.
Right, of course, Will. Rapids, I'll be gone for 1 second, but Will be taking over for me.
So, while we're waiting on this at the moment, okay, so let's get into a few topics, especially about sports. Like, let's start off with last week's soccer match. Deshaun, you were out there as well. What do you think that performance was while also operating cameras?
Personally, I didn't operate a camera that day, but viewing the performance that our girls of soccer had performed while I was running a score, I think we had a few close calls when it came to scoring, and I found it pretty lucky that we had gotten our points from the kickoffs and won the game. Oh, and it looks like the game is currently starting.
Not really. Everyone is just getting ready for their introductions, and we also got that flag salute as well.
Yes, we have the flag salute as well.
Yeah.
right, this is the Mark Morris starting lineup. That's my bad, excuse me.
And coming up is our Columbia River Rapids. Starting up on the lineup. We have number 1, Carly Oji. Number 2 is excuse me. Avery Selly. She is a senior. Number 3, Haley Schidner. Excuse me. Number 4, Ava Bond. Number 8, excuse me, Sophia Gorley. Number 6, sorry, Emily Hull. Number 5, excuse me. Addie Cameron. Quinn Aubrey, sorry, excuse me. Number 11, Evelyn Flack. And there's number 5, Grace Sharon. Apparently I have the wrong number. We are beginning this game right here, Nashawn. The Rapids are already out in the court, and as well as Mark Morris. And once again, the Rapids are at a really good game at this moment right now.
Right, I can agree with you on that with our 7-1 score with this season. Yeah.
That is the best way to put it. And for the start of this, Curly checking with the captains. Looks like Mark Morris will be starting up with the first set. And they're off.
That looks to be a point for Mark Morris right there.
That is. Attempting on that defense, especially trying to get it off and trying to not let it hit the ground. Something that really needs to be worked on. But, and that's another point for the Monarchs. Right now, Nishan, there's already 2 points up in this first set.
There is.
And they're off with a spike. And that just hits the ground for another Monarchs. This is not off to a good start for these Rapids.
Not at all will. The Rapids seriously need to get their game up.
Need to work on that. There goes that spike. Another Monarchs. They're spiking it a little too hard and they're spiking it too far. I mean, they have to really control on how hard they're hitting it and just overall in general. And that's a point for the Rapids. Rapids' first score. Rapids will go in on their first set of the game.
It's number 9 serving.
Number 9, Addie Cameron. That went really far.
So another point for the Monarchs now.
There's number 9
serving on the Monarch side.
Off they go. Off of the set. Oh, it hit the net. And that point goes for the Monarchs. And off they go. Another serve. And that goes for the Rapids.
A bit of a slip up there from Mark Morris.
They're attempting for the dig, and that's when they dive in trying to save it. And it wasn't, they didn't go a little far enough. They didn't get it in time before it hit the ground. That is number 10, Quinn Aubrey.
Just a quick note, I believe our roster may be wrong.
There we go. Quinn Aubrey, a senior. One of the servers in this match. Sets off for a set. That's out. That is for the Monarchs. Currently right now it's a 3-7. Deshaun, what do they got to do to regain those points?
I would say they need to be a bit better on their blocking game tonight, Will. Because a lot of missed opportunities, I would say.
I couldn't agree more. And that point goes for the Rapids. That's...
Number 4 on the Riverside serving tonight.
Ava Bond. They're off. Get it up in the air. Going with it. Spike and...
a great block from the Monarchs.
And that is for the Rapids.
5-7. It looks like we have a good chance of recovering tonight, Will.
That is a good recovery right there from the Rapids. I do agree with you on that, Nishan. Ava Bond for the serve. That's 13 with the... Oh, and that again is for the Rapids. They are really getting it. Ava Bond going for the serve. Going for the attack.
Oh, you barely missed it. Oh, that was out.
That is a Rapid score because it's not really in their boundary right there. It's not in their rectangle or in their square.
Yeah, I could have noticed
It is a little difficult to notice with the bunch of lines right there on the court. You can't really tell which one's which. Ava Bond going in at it once again for the serve. And it looked like she almost aced it there.
Yeah, it almost looked like an ace there. It's just about to comment on that. It's looking really promising for our girls. Well, at the start of the game, I'd say around 5 minutes ago, we were just about 1-7, and now we're 2 points ahead.
That is true. Well, now 3.
Well,
no,
now 1 point.
No, yeah, you're right. 1 point ahead from the Monarchs. The Rapids are definitely coming in with a great comeback.
A great recovery.
A great recovery, exactly. Ava Bond with that ace really kicked it in. Going with the spike. That's in. A successful spike right there. That is done by number 13.
Number 13 serving on Riverside.
Oh, and that hit the net. When you're going off of a serve and then it hits the net, that point goes to the opposing team. So that goes to the Monarchs. Monarchs will serve. Good. And go for the spike, the attack. Going for the attack. Just passing it over to the other side. That'll go out for the Rapids. Good play right there for the girls. That is number 1, Carly Oji. Going in for the attack. That is for the Rapids. It didn't quite get into their boundary right there. I can see that boundary now. It just went outside of it. That'll go for the Monarchs. Carly once again for the set. Going for a spike. That was not a great one. That goes for the Monarchs. A good attempt though, at least. Going for a spike. It went in. That is number 9, Addie Cameron. LaShawn, we are 3 points ahead. What do you think about this recovery?
Honestly, I think it's a really great recovery from our varsity team tonight.
I agree with those spikes, those attempts, those attacks. They are on point, and they're really going for it.
The Monarchs, they keep.
They're going in, going for a spike. That goes for the Monarchs. 13-11. That's number 1 for the Monarchs serving. They're going out. It hit the stand, so that's for the Rapids.
All right, number 9, Addie Cameron serving for the Rapids.
She goes out, and it hit, so that's for the Rapids. Trying to keep it up in the air and keeping it the way that you want to go is something that they're going to need to keep control of. Addie Cameron yet again for the serve. Going for the attempt, and it was success for the Monarchs. Going out for the Monarchs. Rapids for the spike. They're going in. And that is for the Monarchs. It went out of their barrier. Or the border, the square, whatever. Mark Morris for the serve, going way up in the air. And off they go. Oh, and it just hit for the Monarchs. They're looking at a good recovery overall. And just seeing the performance from both teams really is something that you need to take note on, especially if you're wanting to get into the volleyball season right now. Score made for the Rapids. That was Quinn Aubrey for the serve.
That'll be a point for the Monarchs then.
It hit the net, so unfortunately that falls into the Monarchs' points. Number 11 for the Monarchs. Going in for the spike. And that is for the Rapids.
Number 4, Ava Bond serving for the Rapids.
Up over the net. Spiking it. That was a success attempt. 18-15. Ava Bond yet again serving for the Rapids. Good matchup right now. Oh! There was a little struggle right there, trying to bounce it over to the teammates, and it went out. Going for a serve. Oh, good block right there. And that's for the Rapids. Reverse serve coming up. Number 13, or technically number 8. That is another point there for the Rapids. We are ahead by 4 right there. And they are off. It almost looked like that it hit the net, but that point goes for the Rapids. Another point out there for the Rapids. Point right there for the Rapids. If they can get another one right here, that will claim their spot in this set. Going for a spike. That's for the Monarchs. Pretty sure that was a block right there.
I'm subbing in for Nashan. I am Thomas Swenson.
That concludes it right there. And Tommy, that play right there was a good one there for the Rapids. They claimed their spot in for the first set. What do you think that left out, and or what do you think it looked for the Rapids overall with that recovery?
I think that they have been trying really well to get the good spikes in on the opposite corner, and they have been doing pretty good on the blocks.
I agree right there. Those blocks over there by Mark Morris really kicked it in, and the rest goes on, and just just a great one so far. A great matchup and a great set overall. What takebacks are the Monarchs gonna have to are they gonna have to take in on this next set?
I think they're going to have to start aiming for not spiking as much because we've been blocking well so much.
That is very true, yes. Overall, Rapids with 1, Mark Morris at 0 for the sets. And it's a good play out right now. It's a good match for the Rapids. And they're really just keeping it in. We're going back out there for in the court as the teams will start coming out soon.
Mark Morris is going to have to try to hitting it more up and not playing more defensively because we've been blocking really well.
Yeah, it's a good way to put it. Also, you got to be thinking about how they're going to regain those points, regain those sets, and with those serves that River has been pulling off, they gotta really be pulling out their A game if they're gonna want to take in this spot, take in this set, and just make their way over. Currently right now they're discussing on the next set what their plans are going to be and also who they're going to be taking out. Players are going out in the field, or excuse me, the court. Before Ava Bond is going to be serving in on this next go. They're out. Going for a spike.
That was a great spike.
That is definitely a great spike right there. Great spike there for the Rapids.
The Rapids have had some great serves over the game and overall.
I agree on that.
It was a great serve by number 2.
That point will be made for the Monarchs. As the Monarchs will serve. And that's number 1 for the Monarchs. And that's a good spike right there. Good spike right there for the Rapids, gaining them a point. Number 9, Addie Cameron. And it goes in again for the Rapids. And they're out again. Serve, and then there's that spike. Nope.
That was a great spike by the Rapids.
Another one. Yep. Also the attempt on dig from the Monarchs to keep it off the ground.
The Rapids have been putting the Monarchs on their feet with these serves.
They have been indeed trying to make sure. Oh!
That's a great attempt by the Rapids. The Monarchs have been hitting it to the corners to try to avoid the blocking, and I think it's going to work out well for them if they keep doing it.
That's actually a good analysis right there. Number 3 for Mark Morris hits the net. Didn't put as much power as it did. And they're off. Going spike.
That was some great teamwork by the Rapids.
Going off. Attack.
Excellent spike
And that's
by the
another
Rapids.
That's another one right there from Sophia. What are some of the takeaways that the Monarchs are going to have to note for this game?
They're going to have to try to hit it up more. Their spiking is not going well for them.
Do you think they're going to have to go with that looking for the corner as they did last time they gained the first point?
Yes, that should be one of their main priorities right now, but right now they're trying to defend as much as they possibly can.
Very good, very good. That's number 5, Grace Sharon. Going for a spike. It is off at the corner. Mark Morris point.
That was an excellent block by the Rapids. And for the point.
Currently right now 8-3. Avery Selly is off for the serve.
Great save.
Good dig.
And they tap over the net.
Grace Sharon, number 8. Off with a spike. That
What
is
a great spike by
successful.
the Rapids.
A good one right there. Ava Bonds. Off for the serve. It is on the
Great
ground.
serve.
That looks like an ace right there.
It looks like the Rapids have stepped up their game, going from the first game. It is now 10-4, which is what 11-4, which is what a remarkable step up from what it was last quarter.
It is definitely a remarkable set.
That was a great net tap.
Going for a serve yet again. Is on the ground for Rapids. Off they go again. Score right there for the Rapids. That is a timeout. So that set was really great out there for the Rapids, with them currently at 13-4. What are the key highlights that you should mention in that play?
The Rapids serving. Number 8 has been doing a great job with serving. Number 8 has been the most remarkable player I've seen so far, with spiking and serving.
Yeah, like you could say that definitely. One key highlight I believe we could also mention are are also one of those things that we could also mention are those spikes that you did mention earlier. And I believe we did see one ace that was made in that kind of close to the last bit of that timeout. And
another great sign from him.
15-4. They're off.
It's a great attempt.
Point made for the Mark Morris Monarchs.
I think the Monarchs just got the point because they hit it across the court and not trying to go for a spike. Although they did go for a spike, they hit it more long distance.
Off for the serve. Going in. Oh, the great dig. Over the net for a spike. That is for the Rapids. That went a little too far out. Didn't make it towards their rectangle border, and just gave the Rapids that point. You have to be really strategic, and you have to be mindful of that area around them. Quinn Aubrey goes in for the serve.
And it bounces off of her chest.
Going out there yet again is Quinn Aubrey. Kind of warming up. Set for a serve. Going in for attack. And a spike.
Another great serve by the Rapids. I would not want to go against the Rapids for their serves.
Absolutely.
Or their spikes.
Their spikes are relentless. They are powerful, and they are on point on where they're going to hit. Going off, that is for the Monarchs.
That was a great corner hit. Once again, they have been hitting it across the corners and aiming for the corners. That is what the Rapids are getting points from.
Number 2 for Mark Morris. She serves. And the spike. Oh, good dig right there. Good block. And there they go. And for the spike. And that is for the Rapids. The amount of attacks, the amount of attempts, the blocks from Mark Morris have been outstanding overall so far, Tommy.
Yeah.
That's for the Monarchs. Rapids were trying to gain control of the ball and trying to hit it more up the ground. It didn't really go up that far, and it ended up just hitting onto the ground, not really giving them what they wanted. A good, powerful serve.
That was a great block by the Rapids.
Good spike from Monarchs. Also from the Rapids. That's
That
for the
was out of
Monarchs.
bounds.
It did go out of bounds. It went out of their area, and that's what gave the Monarchs that point. And it hit the net. 20-8. Rapids. Addie Cameron for the serve. Good save on that dig. Good block. Going for the spike.
That's great save.
Oh, that went for the Monarchs. Might have hit the net, might have hit the antenna or something. Either way, for the call, it went for a Monarchs point.
I believe it hit the post on that last one.
Might have, yeah. And for the Monarchs serve.
It's a great recovery from the Monarchs. They have just been trying to play defense this entire time.
And they've been successful in doing that so far. That's for the Monarchs.
A point from,
Oh, no,
a
never
point
mind.
the
That's for Rapids. Excuse me. Kiara Cooper. Off she goes, serving it. There's that spike. Oh, there's the dig. There's the spike. Oh, it just knocked one down. And that's for the Rapids.
The Rapids have just been keeping pressure on them this entire time. It is 22-9, and the Rapids have just been absolutely demolishing the Monarchs.
Absolutely. Keeping in good offensive pressure, and the Monarchs having to give in that defense is just something.
A great serve.
That actually was a great ace. Went in for the serve, and then it just hit it, and it just hit it. It just hit the boundary. Hit the rectangle directly, and that was a good ace. That is the second ace of the set, and it hits the net. Sometimes you have to be careful, and you especially need to know where the ball is going to go once you hit it. Just got to make sure it's not the net. A good dig. That's for the Monarchs. Monarchs for the serve. Good dig defense. That still goes for the Monarchs.
That was a great attempt from the Rapids.
Off he goes. Excuse me, off she goes. And that's for the Rapids.
Absolutely beautiful spike. By number 8 again. She is just someone you don't want to go against.
Definitely. We've seen so many plays there from Sophia. Haley Schidner going out. It hit the net. That's for the Rapids, ending this set. What a game this is going to be. I believe that the Rapids are going to be taking this in. That is 2 sets that the Rapids have taken. And with the Monarchs having a bit of a difficulty right there, it is definitely something that Monarchs really need to be focusing on, trying to keep in on just a tight and good formation for themselves overall, because they're really focusing on just defensive and they're just focusing more on defenses than they are offensive.
Yes, that is because the Rapids have been applying so much pressure that they just don't know what to do.
Yeah, and with that pressure, it is really just, they don't even know. They're just going in, boop, and just nothing else overall. They're trying their best to just keep it in keeping it into that circle, into that rectangle, and it's just something that they really have to keep a work on.
Yeah, I think the Monarchs have been doing a good job occasionally with hitting it to the corners. That has been how they were getting most of their points, except for the occasional when the Rapids would hit it out of bounds.
Exactly, and those corner attempts definitely have been giving Mark Morris that offensive take-in right there, and they're not really doing it as much anymore. They're really intimidated by Rivers' offense at the moment, and with Sophia's offense, it's really difficult to really try to keep it in. Making sure that they also have to keep a balance in between defense and offense. They have to be keeping that in and making sure that they can seal their spot. But for the Rapids at the moment, they're at a really good game overall so far.
Yeah, I think the Rapids need to step it up a bit. Although they have been doing very well, they have been not, I think they need to spread out a little bit more to the corners because that has been their main attempt to score points.
That's actually very true. I actually did not think about that. Keeping at least one of them on any of the corners overall would be a great strategy. Unfortunately, we also have to keep in mind about we have to also be keeping in mind the um, the risk of there being if they're out of range, how are they going to be able to get the ball before they even could before it could even touch the ground? So that's how there could be some minor setbacks on that strategy that you did propose, but it could also change in different outcomes.
Rapids only need one more set to win.
Essentially, if they get at least 15 points on this set, they could take in that spot and end the game just like that. Number 1 for the Monarchs is serving. Going in. Oh, and that block, or that attempt on that dig, but it really didn't go out so well. That is for the Monarchs. And for the spike, that's
Another
good block.
great spike.
A great spike, indeed. Mark Morris did block on that, but it did hit their side. And for any of you who are wondering and have seen the posters, and with the amount of pink, it is supposed to be for breast cancer awareness. That is the theme of tonight's game out in the stands and just for this game in general. I feel like that should have been something if it...
Another great spike.
Great spike.
By number 13.
No, that's number 8. Number 5. Kiara Cooper is serving. That is for the Monarchs. Good play right there. Serving for the Monarchs is number 11. Out goes the serve. Good dig. And it went out in the stands, going for the Monarchs. There could have been some different precautions in a situation that it happened again. If someone did a dig and it went to the opposite side, like say for example the right as it happened, one of them could have.
That was a great save by the Rapids.
Good one right there. Anyways. And that is another point there for the Rapids.
Sophia is just absolutely remarkable, dominating the court right now.
Cannot give her too much credit. Haley Schidner. Going for a spike. Oh, and that is for the Rapids. Currently right now, 4-4. This game could end early. If the Rapids get 15 points in this. Monarchs will be going for the serve. That'll be number 6. Oh, good dig. Oh. That dig did go out of bounds, out of the court, into the stands. A spike there. That is for the Monarchs. I'm seeing a change and a turn of the tides in this game overall right here, Tommy.
I agree. I think the Rapids have got a little too confident, and they have just been messing up by hitting the net and hitting it a little wide every time.
That's actually pretty good. Yeah, that's something I'd say too. They're off a good spike. Off towards the stands, leaving it for the Rapids. 2-point difference right now. That is number 13, Sophia Gorley. Going in. Good dig. And for the spike, another spike. That's for the Rapids. It hit the net and hit the ground as well at the same time. Monarchs have been trying to keep that off the ground as much as possible. That didn't really go so well. That is another Rapids, currently tied 7-7.
I think the Rapids have figured out exactly what to do in this situation. They are just doing exactly what they've done before.
Indeed. Going for the spike. A good block for the Rapids. And that's another point. They need 7 left to go. Sophia Gorley. Going for the serve.
It's a great block by Monarchs.
That's for the Monarchs. Currently 8-8, tied. Off they go. Good spike right there from the Monarchs. And another spike from the Rapids. That is Rapids point. Addie Cameron right there. Out there, number 10, Quinn Aubrey. Going for the serve. Good dig.
A little bit of miscommunication there on the Monarchs side.
I was about to say. It seems like that she didn't even know what to do at that moment.
I've seen that a lot on the Monarchs side. They keep trying to communicate, but it's not going very well for them. And it hits nets, and it hit net for the Rapids.
So that's for the Monarchs. So, going back to what you said, do you think that the miscommunication is going to be what is going to be keeping the Monarchs down?
Actually, yes. I would say the communication for the Monarchs side has been keeping them down in points.
That point goes to the Rapids. Ava Bond for the serve. A good block. Addie Cameron, what a block.
Addie has been doing a phenomenal job this game, along with Sophia. They have both just been absolutely dominating this court with defense, serving, and spiking.
Indeed. A good spike. That goes into the stands for the Rapids. This is a Rapids game.
It is just like non-stop defense for the Monarchs.
Someone is currently down at the court, so we're taking it over here to the studio. After seeing that play right there, the third set, what do you have to say about the current performance from both sides overall?
I think the Monarchs have been doing pretty good, but the star of the show right now is Addie and Sophia from the Rapids. They have just had such a phenomenal game today.
With the amount of blocks, spikes, digs, all of those volleyball terminologies, they're both doing really well in the game so far. Ava Bond served off.
Great teamwork from the Rapids.
And for the spike is
a phenomenal spike by Addie. Once again, she has been doing phenomenal this game.
Indeed. She has played such a good game overall. Ava Bonds. Oh, and it hit the net.
It hit the net, rolls over, and bounces off of the Monarchs.
Oh, I guess I'm wrong. They have to secure in yet another set. Go in for that spike. Excuse me. Oh, but it goes out of bounds. Oh, never mind. That still counts. Good point right there for the Rapids.
It looks like it has tipped off a finger of someone on the Monarchs and went out of bounds.
It's a good call right there. Good save. For that spike, that's for the Monarchs.
I think the Monarchs have figured out their strategy to aim for the corner. It has been benefiting them pretty well through this quarter of the game.
Going for the corners, that's one of the good strategies Mark Morris has been taking in. And out they go. And for the spike, I can just clearly
Great
see
spike.
it. Addie again for that spike. She has been great with the spikes. She is the one always pulling in those spikes, and she's one of those key players that that you'd want to rely on when you have the ball and you just want to set it off right there. Addie is one of those people that, one of those girls that you'd want to rely on.
I agree. Sophia is also, every time they set it, they usually set it to her because they know of her capabilities inside the court.
Very true.
That was a great serve by Addie.
$18-10. Off for the serve. A good spike.
A great block, and the Monarchs have managed to recover.
And for that spike, whoa! That's for the Rapids. Went going for the stands. Addie Cameron for serve. Out they go for that spike. Oh!
A great attempts by the Rapids. Although the Monarchs have hit it to the corner again.
They did. But also, had he tried to, or attempted to get that in. And she's going into the benches right now. Number 9 for the Monarchs. Going in, and that is for the Rapids. They did nothing about it. They knew that the ball was going to be going out of bounds, and they cleared it. Absolutely cleared it. Kiara Cooper going in for the serve. Going for a spot. Good block.
A great block, although it's not good enough.
20-12. Number 11 for the Monarchs.
A great spike by the Rapids.
Yet again. Playing a good game. Grace Sharon. Number 3, Haley Shidner. I'm sorry if it sounded a little wrong. 22-12.
The
Haley
Rapids
goes
only
out.
need 3 more points to win it.
Monarchs will be taking it in. Number 6 for the serve. Out they go. And a spike. And a good
Great
block.
block by the Rapids, but we just keep attacking the side.
They're playing on the offense.
That was a great set.
Oh, good dig.
It's a
And it
great
hit the net.
defense.
Number 13, Sophia Gorley. They need 2 points right here, Tommy.
I think that they can get it in the next 2 sets with the way that they've been performing.
Agreed. And that's another one.
It's a great hit over the net.
Addie Cameron. The key highlight of the game, or just the key player, is just Addie right here.
That was
Another
a
one!
Great spike.
And that is it. What a game right now. Right now the score is, that was a phenomenal game, 3-0. That was, what a play right there from the Rapids. And that concludes it right here. The Rapids played a really well done game. They have been dominant, 3-0. That is it for this game. I'm William Guevara. And
Thomas Swenson.
And for all of us here at CR Sports, Elijah Guerin, our director, and everyone else in the studio, thank you all so much for watching. Have a great night.